The Patriots offensive coordinator position is an absolute mystery. Is Bill O'Brien going to stay? Is he going to leave? But either way, I am going to break down 10 names that could be the New England Patriots offensive coordinator come 2024. I am Nic Rohloff of Patriots Today. And before we get into the 10 names, I do want to bring up this little nugget from Albert Breer that he reported yesterday. He said that Bill O'Brien might still return to Foxborough, but if he follows Belichick to wherever he goes, or Jerod Mayo and company don't want to bring Bill O'Brien back, the offensive coordinator search will be widespread throughout internally and across the National Football League as well to potentially find outside candidates, which to me, that's music to my ears because, well, the Patriots offense has struggled over the last 2 years, so it might be good to look outside the organization. Before we do get into those 10 names, I need the Patriots. I need the Patriots offense to return to being at least competent next season. If you want that to be the case alongside me, hit that like button. Do not jinx it. Smash that like button so the Patriots offense could be elite next season. I will say the first name that could be obviously the offensive coordinator is the current OC in New England, and that is Bill O'Brien. And I'll also say this, I don't really think I would be that disappointed if O'Brien returned. And you might see these numbers and, well, you might disagree with me, but I'll tell you why I'm okay with him returning in just a bit. But let's make no mistake, I should say. 13.9 points per game was tied for the lowest in the National Football League. Yards per game, 30th. Rushing yards, 26th. Passing yards, 28th. Third down percentage, money down, got to have it, 31st. Ironically enough, though, if the Patriots offense somehow managed to make it inside the opponent's 20-yard line into the red zone, they actually did score a touchdown at 58.3% of the time, which ranked 11th in the NFL, which I find very interesting that is the case. But I'm okay bringing O'Brien back, even though those numbers aren't great. Why, you might ask? Well, I think it's more of a talent issue rather than Bill O'Brien's play calling. Zappe and Mac Jones were not good. The offensive line, not good. Wide receivers, not good. The only bright spots on this team was Hunter Henry, Zeke, and Ramondre Stevenson. So if you brought back talented weapons, or actually brought in good weapons for New England, I actually still believe Bill O'Brien can be a good head coach. Are you with me? Do you want Bill O'Brien to be back as OC? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm not officially saying that I want him back. I just wouldn't be upset if he was the OC come 2024. Next on the list is Josh McDaniels, the ex-Las Vegas Raiders head coach, also ex-Broncos head coach, and also ex-New England Patriots offensive coordinator. And I'll say this right now, do not be shocked if he is your offensive coordinator when we hit the sidelines in September because, well, he's got a lot of ties in New England, and to be fair, I think Jerod Mayo might look to McDaniels' experience as offensive coordinator and try to get that rolling. He's also comfortable with the offensive scheme that McDaniels runs, well, because Mayo played in New England when McDaniels was offensive coordinator, and he also coached alongside him just 3 or 4 seasons ago. And I'll also say this with McDaniels. Maybe it's a hot take. Maybe you disagree with me. But if the Patriots want to go with a rookie quarterback, whether it be trading up for Caleb Williams, Drake May, or they sit at 3 and take Jaden Daniels, I trust Josh McDaniels to develop a rookie quarterback. He's just not a good head coach. Why do I trust McDaniels to develop a rookie quarterback and get the most out of him? Well, it's because we saw it 3 years ago. Mac Jones has been horrific over the last 2 seasons under Bill O'Brien and Matt Patricia. But you want to know who he was good under and what made us Patriots fans believe we actually had our next franchise quarterback? Well, it was McDaniels in 2021 when the Patriots actually went 10-7. They made the postseason, and Mac Jones was grittying in the Pro Bowl as an alternate. McDaniels had a rookie quarterback look like our franchise guy, and in the last 2 seasons, he sucked. I trust McDaniels to actually develop a rookie QB. I believe he is actually a good offensive coordinator as well. He just is not a good head coach. That's documented. And here's another positive, by the way. If McDaniels comes back to New England and actually is really good and really gets a rookie quarterback off the ground and running, he's not going to get a head coaching job because it's well established he can't do that. So if he's your OC and he's good at it, well, he's going to be here for the long term. Don't miss it, by the way, because we're going to keep you updated on the Patriots offensive coordinator search. And when they finally make a finalized decision on who's calling plays next season, we will make a video. So subscribe and turn on those notifications. Third on the list, and someone that I'm very open to, is Klint Kubiak, the son of former coach in the National Football League, Gary Kubiak. And I got to be honest with you, I think he's my number one outside candidate to be this guy. I really like what he's done in San Francisco. He's the pass game coordinator, so he's putting in the game plan on how he wants to attack opposing defenses through the air. And what has Brock Purdy done this year? Been elite. Now, do I think Brock Purdy's an elite quarterback? I do not think that's the case. I think he's a product of the system and a product of the coaching. Well, you know who's the coach in that system? Klint Kubiak. I'll also take any part of the Kyle Shanahan type of offense where you like to get that run game established. You get the play action. I just love everything about what they do in San Francisco. And if I'm able to get a little piece of that in New England on offense, I could not be more excited. He's able to work with less talent at the quarterback position. Now, if the Patriots got an elite quarterback that has really good physical traits, a la the 3 rookie quarterbacks I mentioned a little bit earlier, we might be able to see a really, really high-octane offense in Foxborough next season. Got some names to get to in just a bit, but shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. PrizePicks.com/CLNS will get you a first deposit match up to $100 when you use code CLNS. It's daily fantasy made easy. All you got to do is pick 2 to 6 player stat projections, more than or less than, and you can win up to 25 times your money. That is no fugazi. That is for real. I'm already looking forward to this divisional weekend. Big-time matchup on Saturday night between aforementioned Brock Purdy and Jordan Love. I'm taking the more than on both those passing yards. I think both offenses are going to have to score, so I'll take the more than on both QBs. It should be a fun game. You can take my picks, you can fade my picks, but make sure you get that $100 first deposit match at prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS. That link and promo code will be in the chat and description of today's video. Moving on here with a fourth name, and that is Zack Robinson, the quarterback's coach in Los Angeles for the Rams, and he has just been terrific this year. Matthew Stafford, not going to win comeback player of the year, but dang, did he have a good 2023 season. Played in 15 games, completion percentage a little bit low, there's no denying that, but basically 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 11 INTs, and a QB rating of 92.5. Stafford looked like a different quarterback, and I think Zack Robinson had a lot to do with that. And I'll also say this. I said I wanted a piece of the Kyle Shanahan type of offense that Klint Kubiak is a part of. Well, I'll also take a piece of Zack Robinson's Sean McVay ties and those Rams offenses. Those guys out in the West Coast, man, they have really innovating offenses, and we've seen Mike McDaniel leave Shanahan and have a flourishing offense in Miami. I think both Kubiak and Zack Robinson can be that type of leaving McVay and Shanahan and developing their own elite offense somewhere else. Last on this 5-person list, Kliff Kingsbury, the quarterback coach for the USC Trojans and ex-head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. And to me, this one is absolutely fascinating. Kingsbury, well, you might remember him in the older days, used to play for the New England Patriots. But why is this fascinating? Well, he was the quarterback's coach for the number 1 pick, well, the presumed number 1 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, Caleb Williams. And here's why I think Kingsbury is a legit option to be the play caller in Foxborough. If you were to trade up from 3 to 1, you fell in love with Caleb Williams. The Bears keep Justin Fields and move off that number 1 pick. And you draft Caleb Williams, don't you think it would be a good idea to have his quarterback coach, someone who has experience calling plays in the NFL before, and by the way, has had success calling plays in the NFL. Those Cardinals offenses with Kyler Murray were very good. And then not to mention, he knows what Caleb Williams is good at. He knows what he's bad at. He knows what makes Caleb Williams tick up in the head. I think Kingsbury would be my number one choice to be the Patriots offensive coordinator if they were dead set on drafting Caleb Williams and traded up to the number one overall pick. But what do you guys want? Name the person you want as the next Patriots offensive coordinator. We talked about Bill O'Brien earlier. If you still want Billy O.B. to be the OC, type the BOBs. But if you want someone else, name them down in the comment section. I did say there was 10 names we were going to get to. Here are 5 other OC candidates. The first 5 are probably the top 5 guys I think either could be or I want to be OC in 2024. These are 5 other guys. Eric Bieniemy, the play caller and offensive coordinator for the Commanders. They're going to get a new head coach, and Bieniemy could be on the outs. Same goes for Kellen Moore. OC, who knows if Jim Harbaugh is going to be head coach for the Chargers, or maybe even it's Bill Belichick, I should say. But I imagine Kellen Moore will be on the outs there. Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator for Seattle. I'm a little bit lower on him, but he's a hot commodity in the NFL. Why am I lower on him? Well, the offense for Seattle kind of regressed this year. And to me, that could be a lot because Dave Canales, the offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay, who was the quarterback's coach for Seattle last season, parted ways. Geno Smith played a little bit down after the year he had 2 years ago, technically. I don't know if Waldron is that guy. Maybe it was more Canales than we actually think. 2 guys in Miami, though. We start with Frank Smith, who is not calling plays for the Dolphins, but obviously has large ties to Mike McDaniels and those type of Shanahan-led offenses that are so fun to watch and so effective. But how about another name? Patriots legend, Wes Welker. Has never called plays, but what if Jerod Mayo wants to reunite with a former teammate who has excelled in the coaching department this year? He's been the 49ers wide receiver coach, jumped ship with Mike McDaniels to go to Miami. I know they have some talent, but you can't tell me Welker hasn't played a part in Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and others being so effective in the National Football League. It's me no surprise that Wes Welker has had a hand in all those wide receivers being elite in Miami and San Francisco. Maybe Welker wants to take the next step up and reunite with Mayo and be his offensive coordinator. But like I mentioned a little bit earlier, we are going to have you covered on the full New England Patriots offensive coordinator search. And when they actually hire someone, we'll let you know too with a video. So hit that sub button, and I'll see you on the next video. Go Pats!